Assalamu alaikum everyone, hope you're doing well. So in this video I'm going to show you the important questions that I think may be tested in the exams. And before going through this prediction, read the disclaimer as well. And these are some important questions that may be tested in section B from microeconomics, and some of them have been solved and I'll show you the sample answers here. You can just take screenshots if you wish, otherwise you can read this from the video directly as well. Okay, so first of all, I'll also make another video in which I'll explain the answers of all other questions as well, right? There are basically questions are given here but their solution is not available, so I'll make another video and I'll explain you how to answer those questions. So if you are interested to know the answers, then definitely keep watching this channel. Okay, so I also suggest to watch this video thoroughly because I'll be explaining some important things and I'll be informing you how to use your knowledge to answer different types of questions from the same content. So question number 1, this question has been solved. I'll show you the answer of this question as well, and with the help of a diagram assess the view that government intervention can be used successfully to correct market failure caused by positive externalities. So it is not necessary that examiner will ask positive externality, examiner may ask negative externalities as well. What other terms for this questions can be used by the examiner? Examiner may use the condition of negative externality, climate change, underproduction of merit goods and overproduction of demerit goods. So keep in mind, answers to these questions will use exactly the same content. For example, for positive externalities, you have to mention the possible government policies that can be used to correct market failure caused by positive externalities, and they may include like subsidy, direct public provision, or awareness. These are the major policies that can be used to correct market failure caused by positive externalities. However, if examiner uses the word negative externalities or climate change or demerit goods, then you will have to use the policies, government policies of indirect taxes, pollution permits and nudge theory as well, right? So this is how you can basically just change the same government intervention policies in different conditions. Examiner, if uses examiner the word climate change, then the answer will be exactly same as negative externalities, because climate change is creating negative externalities on the society. Pollution, negative externalities mean pollution, right? So these are some questions that are showing on the screen for section B. You can take screenshot of these questions right now. So question number 2 has also been solved and I'll show you the answer. And again, this question is from labor market and the first question was from market failure, and the second question is from labor market, and question is, with the help of a diagram assess whether imperfect labor market will always lead to a lower wage and higher unemployment, right? So instead of using the word imperfect labor market, examiner may use the terms like trade unions, monopsony employer, bilateral monopoly, minimum and maximum wage laws, right? So the answer will be exactly the same if he uses trade unions. If he uses imperfect labor market, then it means examiner is referring to all of these like terms like including trade unions, monopsony, minimum and maximum wage by the government. Okay, so moving to the other questions, you can just take the screenshot of these questions, so I'm moving it slowly so that you can take the screenshot easily. Okay, so for question number 8, I have used the professions doctorship and teaching. Examiner may mention any two professions, like sometimes he asks uh, hotel managers and firefighters, so you have to compare them. Examiner may mention any two professions. The reasons are exactly the same, and I'll explain those reasons in the next video. However, this explanation of wage differential is already available on this channel. You can go to the playlist and then go to A2 economics, microeconomics, and then you will find labor market there, and there is one video that contains the entire chapter of labor market, and there is another video that only explains wage differential, so you can watch that video as well. Okay, so I'll show you the picture of that playlist in this video. I'll try to do that as well. Otherwise, I have mentioned you the reference where you can find the video from. Then important questions for section C, that is from macroeconomics. And again, the first question has been solved here, and I'm going to show the answer as well for 20 marks. Like the answers that have been produced here are like for 100% marks, 20 out of 20. And assess the impact of globalization, foreign direct investment, multinational companies, increase in local investment, rise in GDP on standard of living of poor, low income countries or developing countries. So I'm using the sign slash to show that examiner may use any of these terms, but not all of them, right? Keep in mind, examiner will never use all of these terms. Examiner may use assess the impact of globalization, just that's it, on standard of living of poor nations, low income countries or developing countries. So poor nations, low income countries, developing countries, these are the exactly same things. Examiner may use any of these terms. Instead of globalization, examiner may use the term foreign direct investment, FDI. Examiner may use directly FDI as well. So you must know that FDI is the abbreviation of foreign direct investment. So is the examiner allowed to use short forms of the terms? So the answer is yes, he can, if he is using some standard abbreviation. So FDI is a standard abbreviation. Just say GDP, you can see the GDP. GDP is a standard abbreviation. Examiner can directly use it, so you must know them. So examiner may, as I told you earlier, if you watch this video thoroughly, then it may help you a little better. So examiner may, so avoid skipping this video, I suggest. However, it's up to you and depending upon your availability of time. So foreign direct investment, or examiner may use the word multinational company. So assess the impact of any of these things on standard of living of the nation. Okay, so you can take screenshot of these questions, and I'm trying to move it as slow as possible so that you find it really easy to take screenshots. Okay, so these were the important questions. As I told you earlier, that I'll explain all of these questions in the next video, because I'm basically overstretched because of paper 2 exam coming on like 10th May. So I'm helping 8 students right now. Since P4 exam is on 17th May, I think, so we will get some extra time to focus more on paper 4 exam. Okay, so you can see the answer to question number 1 that was relevant to externalities in market failure. You can take screenshots of these answers, or you can directly read. You can stop the video and read the answer carefully. Okay. I'm moving it slowly so that you easily read these answers. Okay. And I also wish all of you best of luck. You have worked hard, really work hard, definitely. And all of you want A star or A grades, and I wish all of you best of luck. And you may stay in touch with me. My WhatsApp number has been provided at the start of this video, and you can keep connected there as well. Okay, so this is answer to the question number 2, and you can read this answer carefully. And these answers have been written carefully, keeping in mind the time constraints, so that these answers can get 100% marks and can be reproduced within like 40 minutes time, because you get 40 minutes to solve these questions. Okay, so I'm moving them slowly to make them readable for you. This graph is really important whenever examiner asks about question about trade unions, perfect competition, imperfect competition, monopoly, monopsony, employer, then you have to make this graph. Okay, so this is almost the entire page. You can take the screenshot, and yeah, this is end of this answer. Again, take one more screenshot of this answer, and then you can zoom in and read on your own device. Okay, so now moving to the sample answer of section C, question number 1, that was relevant to standard of living, and you can go back to see the question if you wish. Okay, so you can read it and take the screenshot of this page. I'm showing you rest of the page now. Okay, take one more screenshot here. Okay, so take one more screenshot. As I told you earlier that I'll make another video and I'll explain the answers of all other questions that are given in this guest paper. Okay, so take one more screenshot. Okay, so when I stop the screen, you can take screenshot, or you can also pause at your own as well. I'm intentionally pausing so that you can take a screenshot that is readable for you, and then you can post these screenshots in a Word file to read them comfortably. Okay, so this is the complete answer of section C question, and now we are moving to the important terms that are tested in case study. And let me show you the questions first and then answers of these questions. These are kind of standardized questions, and most of them, almost every question has been tested in the exam already. So at the end of these questions you will also see the answers, right? So these are important questions for case studies. Rather, these are all questions instead of important, all questions that may be tested. So first of all, I'm showing questions from microeconomics, so you can take screenshot of these questions, and all of these questions have already been tested in exam. Okay, so if you read these questions and their answers, it means you will be able to solve all the case studies from June 2020, from June 2002 to June 2023 exam series. Okay, so these are the questions. You can take screenshot, and one more screenshot. I believe these are like simple questions, you can easily understand them, and as I told you, answers of these questions are also provided at the end, so I'm going to show those answers as well. Okay, so these are questions from macroeconomics. Take the screenshot of these questions as well. So this is all questions for case studies from micro as well as macroeconomics. So now you can read the comprehensive answers to these questions as well. So take the screenshot. They have been answered in a sequence. Okay, so then take one more screenshot, take another screenshot, okay, keep taking screenshots. Okay, I have provided these answers so that you can save your time. You can just read the questions and read the answers and keep in your head while you're going to exam, because in many cases generally students don't remember these terms, and because of that they lose marks and they cannot attempt the questions. For example, there was a question in recent exam that contained the term crowd out, and there were so many students who were not aware of that term crowd out, so as a result they were unable to solve the question. Otherwise the question was really simple. If you had a little idea in their head about the basic term, then they would have solved it perfectly. Okay, so 90% of the students who don't get good marks, they have no issue with the knowledge. They have a lot of knowledge, but a little term may confuse them, and for that they are unable to answer the question. If they get any hint about only one word, then they can perfectly answer the question. So keep in mind, don't ignore any of these questions and their meanings of basic terms. Okay, so again take the screenshot of these questions. I'm asking about taking screenshots because I can't provide the PDF of these questions, because this is my personal hard work, so I don't want to make PDF public. So although I'm trying to help students in the best possible way that I can, but there are some limitations at my part as well. So I believe you understand that. So take screenshot of this as well, and then screenshot of this page as well. Okay. Okay, so these were all of the questions of like short questions that may be tested in case studies. So you must read all of these questions and their answers, and at some point if you need, you may memorize these terms as well, so that you uh, avoid the risk of loss, right? So I wish all of you best of luck, and as I told you earlier, I'll explain all of these questions, long questions, in the upcoming video, and I'll post that video possibly after 9th of May, because before that I'm trying to help AS students as much as possible. After that I'll be posting all the videos for A2 students. So if you're A2 students, you may stay connected throughout, because maybe sometimes in between I will be posting some videos relevant to A2 tips and tricks, and however after 9th of May I'll be focusing only on A2 paper 4 exam, and then definitely in you have paper 3 and paper 1 MCQs exams in June. So after 17th May, once A2 students are done with paper 4 exam, I'll be focusing on the other paper, that is paper 1 and 2. So see you soon inshallah. Allah Hafiz.